Welcome to ReConfidence with Paps. I'm your partner in creating the life you desire and deserve. If this is your first time, karibu sana. And if you're coming back, good to see you again. And we are on the mental health series. I hope you've been catching up on the reels on my Instagram, my Facebook, TikTok, and everywhere else. And last time I shared about my childhood story, the way I struggled with depression as a teenager. And today I'm going to share how I struggled with depression as an adult. And this was, how many years ago? Yeah, about 11. Yeah, I was just newly married, this amazing career. I was doing admin for East Africa in a certain organization, an international NGO. And then there is also my MBA. I mean, I was this ambitious woman. I was just going for it. And so I was also doing my MBA. And I remember during that time when I started having the abdominal pains, yeah, but then I was expectant and I didn't know that I had fibroids until that day. And so here I am in a sonographer's office and it's like, I'm not sure this baby will make it. I think you should terminate this pregnancy, go get cleaned up and then you can try again. And then later we consulted with a gyna and the gyna was like, Paps, I think you'll have to choose between this baby and your busy life because with your current situation, I am not sure that you'll be able to really give this baby the attention it deserves because you will need to be on bed rest. And I was slapped with 3 days bed rest a week. I mean, I just felt like my world tumbled that day. My world just came tumbling down. And I felt so lost for a few days, just reeling in the emotions. I remember sinking into this space where I had lost interest in life. I would just lie on the couch and stare at the ceiling until evening. I didn't leave the house for, I think, almost a week. Like I was just indoors. And I was not eating much. And I was just sitting there feeling like I've lost the whole of my life. And so the changes that I had to make, first of all, we had to move to a smaller house to cut down budgets. So when we moved, that is when I didn't go out for a whole week. I was just feeling like my world is coming down from a good life to a life that I felt like was struggling financially back then. And then the other thing I had to do was to quit my MBA. I had to just suspend and wait for another season when or if the baby makes it. And then the other thing is I had to quit my job. Of course, it was already in a place where I was not sure that I would continue, but then that gave me the certainty that I need to actually quit the job. I was working as an admin for East Africa. We were only 3 in East Africa, and so my work was very intense. It was not something you will tell a colleague to hold fort for you. And so there I was, feeling like I've given up my whole life for a baby that I'm not sure whether they will make it. And I remember going for therapy sessions. I went for 16 weeks of therapy. That was 4 straight months and just struggling to even find hope in that situation. I was just feeling like this is such a raw deal. I didn't think that I would have to give up everything to start a family. And of course, just having a very supportive husband, but at the same time living in this space where I was very fearful. I was not sure the baby would make it. Every time I would go to the washroom, I'm just expecting to see some blood and sad story of the baby is gone. And then looking back, some of the lessons that I probably learned through that season is first of all, just not to hold to anything. You know, there's nothing that defines you. Your work doesn't define you. And probably for my case, my work was part of my identity, my achievements, my energy, my personality. I just used to feel like I've been wired to be out there. I'm a party girl. And having to give up all that, it's possible for you to still not have everything you have, but still not lose who you are. And that is one of the biggest lessons I learned during that season. And of course, number 2, I also learned nothing is permanent, you know. Just looking back, right now my daughter is 8 years old. I have a son who is 4-year-old. And I've gone back to doing amazing things that I love. And so even that bad season when you're struggling with depression and you're struggling with probably those feelings of anxiety and feeling paralyzed, just remind yourself, this is just one season of my life. This is just one episode of my life. It is not the rest of my life. Because when I lose hope right now, I'm not able to live to see a better tomorrow. And so do not give up if probably you're in that situation. And then something else I learned during that season, seek help. Don't be a ninja through all the seasons of your life. There are some seasons you will come to and you feel like you're really, really, really stuck. And you just need someone to journey with you, someone to empathize with you. And sometimes it may not even be your spouse. Because me and James were stuck during that season. You need someone else who has external eyes of positivity, to help you see the sunshine even in your storm, and to help you realize also this storm is temporary. And I think during that time, I feel like I really got into a good space where I was able now to create the life that I desire and deserve. Which part of it is the coaching, the mentorship. It was actually born through during that season. Which brings me to the last point. When you're in that situation, just ask yourself, how can I make honey out of this? How can I make lemonade out of these lemons in life? Because there's always something good that will come out of the situations you go through, even depression, even anxiety, even the situations of loss and grief. There's always something good that can come out of it when I'm able to dig deep within myself and also look deeper into that situation to see what is in it and how can I take hold of it. And so for me, it was during that season that I was able to research on the mentorship programs that I do nowadays, especially for kids. I was able to launch that program. I remember telling myself, Paps, you're now stuck in the house. You'll be here for a long time. What can you do with this time? And then I was like, but they have been wanting to go into mentorship and just journeying with children, and later it became women, later it became mentors. And during that time, just being there and asking myself, what is the worst that could happen if I gave this a shot before I looked for another job? And for 6-7 years, I was just into mentorship, into coaching, doing research, trying out different things. And that is how I've ended up in where I am today, which is a much better space that I couldn't trade for anything. And so even as you're going through the storms, just remind yourself, out of the eater can come out honey. And I just need to keep on looking closer on the lemonade recipes that I can research on and make lemonade out of the lemons that life is giving me. And so if you're going through that season, do not give up and reach out. We'd love to journey with you. Yeah, please comment down below if you've ever gone through something difficult that was a mental health struggle and you overcame. What was it and what did you do? We'd love to be inspired by your story as well. And so until the next one, I'll see you then. Yeah, please subscribe, share, and please spread the love and be there for people who are struggling with mental health. Okay? Ciao.